Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday. If you recall back about a week and a half ago, we uh, we did a deck restoration and we did a staining in Neilsville. Well, we last week I took a deposit on some materials. They came in, and today we are back in Neilsville, but we are not doing deck staining. We are doing some concrete staining. The homeowners are remodeling, the outside of their house, updating it, and they want their older steps. There's two steps going into the house. They want those, switched up a little bit. So I said, we could do some concrete staining on them. That'll be the cheapest route. It'll look good. So that's what we're doing today. We have a caramel color. It is from Concrete Coatings, which is my go-to company for supplies for concrete coatings. But yeah, we'll take you through the process. We're going to be doing a marbleized look, which is what they recommend from the manufacturer. So we're going to be doing that. So let me get unloaded, and I'll take you through what we're going to be doing. So see you in a bit. All right, guys. We cleaned the area off. We blew all the leaves away, debris away. I did a little line with a pressure washer around the area where I'm going to tape. You can see. And then I applied the prep solution, which degreases and it cleans up some of this rust, and it also etches the concrete, preparing it for the stain. So we gotta let this sit on here about 10-15 minutes, and then scrub it off, rinse it off, and see if some of the stuff came up. If not, we'll have to do a second coat. But after that, then we can start taping everything up and get ready for staining. So stick around. Alright guys, I have everything cleaned, everything prepped. The parts that need to be taped are taped. Let me flip you around and show you what we got. So there was no good way to really attach the tape to the concrete. I got some waterproof tape, but it wasn't waterproof, it didn't stick. So we're going to be very, very careful around these edges. But as you can see, the house part's taped up. I had some plastic running around here. I mean, there's very few little spots that aren't really covered, but like I said, we'll be careful around those areas. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mist this. It's halfway dry, but I'm going to mist it, and then we'll get to staining. We have this stuff right here. It's in the color of caramel. It's going to come a lot different. It's going to look a lot different once we put it on, and it's going to be a marble effect, so you won't know the true color until we seal it tomorrow. But we're going to put it on here, let it sit for about an hour or so, and then we're going to neutralize it with some ammonia, and then spray everything off and take the tape off, take all these plastics out, and yeah, then tomorrow we'll let it we'll cure it tonight, and then tomorrow we'll come back and seal it up, and then you'll be able to see the true color, the true design. With acid staining, it all depends on the concrete and how it reacts, because it reacts with the limestone in the concrete. So every pour is going to be different. You're going to get a different design no matter what pour. If you pour it on the same day, it don't matter. You're going to get a different design just because of the way the concrete is. So let me spritz this with some water and we'll get to staining, so stay tuned. Alright guys, the stain is applied. Let me flip you around and show you what you got. And like I said before, the color even in the container isn't the color that it's going to end up being. Right now it's just activating, so we're going to let it burn into the surface a little bit. So let me show you. There, we applied it in a circular pattern and a zigzag pattern and a straight pattern, all random. You can see it's starting to burn in a little bit. Those white spots, I don't know if they'll go away, but we'll see. I couldn't take it up with the cleaner or any of the prep, so we'll see how it turns out, but we're going to let this burn in for about an hour. With these, you want to keep a wet edge at all times, so you don't want it to saturate too much. I mean, that's pooling up a little bit, so that might be a little bit darker than, say, this spot, but right now you're not going to know what color it is until we seal it. So we're going to give it an hour, let it burn in, and then after it burns in, we will take some ammonia and neutralize it. And then you'll get a pretty decent idea of what color it's going to be. I mean, it's not going to be the full effect. I mean, you can spray it with water when it dries, and you'll see kind of what the effect is. So I'll take you along on that adventure too. So right now I'm just going to take a break, clean out my bottles, get everything prepped, and then we'll neutralize it in an hour. So see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, we are back. We had it stained, we neutralized it, and we're getting it ready for sealer now. Let me flip you around and show you. Here's what it looks like right before sealing. As you notice, it does lighten up. That's just a characteristic of it curing. It will actually turn a darker color once we apply the sealer. And if you're wondering why this stuff isn't as, coated, it all depends on the age of the cement. This one is pretty old. There's not a lot of limestone at the top, so all that orange that you see, that's the limestone that was at the top. There's not a whole lot of limestone. If you were to do something like that, that's pretty new. It would come out absolutely gorgeous, but since this is older, well, I'll seal it and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So stay tuned. Alright guys, the first layer of sealer is on. This is the effect. I mean, it is a little bit older, so this is how it's coming out. Like I said, there's not a lot of limestone left in this top layer. But that's what you'll expect out of this. I'm going to put one more coating on in a little bit. But yeah, hope you guys like this one. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, in the last part I showed you the acid stain that we did in the caramel color, and that it was just a little too light for the customer. We have the overlay in. It came in about 2 days ago. Now we were just waiting for some good weather to come along, and finally today is the day. So I'm gonna flip you around here. I got about a 40-second clip for you guys. It shows after we put the overlay on and after we sealed it, the finished result. So, and it's exactly what the customers wanted. So they are overjoyed with it. They're super stoked. They're happy. So yeah, let me flip you around. Alright guys, that's a wrap on this job. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.